Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're back for another video in this series of the touchless sealants. So yeah, it's been 2 weeks since I did a video. I was kind of debating what I'm going to do going forward, because if you did watch the last one, which is the 2-week update, this will be the 1-month update. But if you did watch the 2-week update, you would have seen that we've had some issues with some of the products, with the Carpro on this side, Gyeon on this side, and the Bowdens in the middle here. They all just, at 2 weeks, didn't seem to be giving the performance I was expecting. I haven't used much of the Gyeon other than on top of my coated cars, so I don't know what sort of life I would expect to get out of that, but people are saying they're getting a lot longer than the 2 weeks that it started to break down on me. I know that I've used the Bowdens, or their original version of their spray on rinse off sealant, the Wet Dreams, and I've had far better results than I got here. And the Carpro I've been using for many years, mostly on top of my coated cars, but sometimes on non-coated cars, and I also expect better results. Meanwhile, the Mirch, which is here, and the Platinum Potions, which is here, they were looking really good. So yeah, I sort of debated, do I start this test again for a third time, or do I, what some people suggested was these sections here, potentially the clear coat is just dead on them. But in saying that, I know it's not, because in one of my previous tests I used what was a winner for many of these tests in a row, which was the Bowden's own bead machine. I used it on, I think it was on this side, and it won. And I've sort of moved things around a bit, and I don't think there's any section here that's worse than others. I think just something went wrong with the application or the products themselves. So I was considering reapplying and yeah, trying different things, but for now I haven't been able to do anything. I've been really busy, so unfortunately it's just as it was. So we're almost going to basically disregard the Carpro Hydro 2, the Bowden's own Green Dreams, and the Gyeon wet coat, and just say, you know what, it's on me, I've had some sort of application error. So we'll still have a look at them as we rinse and wash, but I think it's just going to be mainly about these two. So the Mirch, Hydra, and the Platinum Potions body coat. So I'm not going to judge the other products and say they only lasted 2 weeks. Just for this one, I'm just going to say, you know what, because all three of them, something didn't quite seem right from the start, I'm going to go ahead and say that there was an issue. But we know that these two, at 2 weeks, they definitely were applied properly, they definitely were looking good. So we're going to continue on like that. In the future, who knows, maybe I'll try and redo this test off camera and just tell you guys the results I get. Maybe just one condensed video, but yeah, it's been a frustrating process because I just wanted to get this one done and done right. So yeah, as I'm rinsing, you can see that Carpro is basically gone. Mirch starting to look like a little bit different. The Bowdens is just mostly sheeting the water off now. Platinum Potions here looking really good actually. I don't think that's even barely changed. And the Gyeon, yeah, very patchy. It looks good up this very top here, which is odd. By the way, this panel has sat outside for 2 weeks. It's been a really hot few days in that time too. So sitting in the sun, this thing has definitely copped a fair share of heat. So we're getting a real good test in the Australian summer. And then we also had some pretty crazy storms as well. So a lot of rain. So yeah, it's getting its good share of the Australian summer weather. So, but we'll give it a wash, see if this Mirch or the Platinum Potions look any different. And I'm just going to use the one camera today. I just figured the only two products we're really focusing on, there's no real point in sort of getting all the different angles and everything, whereas with this camera I can just bring it in nice and close handheld. So go ahead, rinse this off. We'll still rinse off the other sections obviously. So yeah, you can definitely see the Mirch starting. It does not look as good as it did 2 weeks ago, that's for sure. But again, these weren't like spray on, wipe in, buff off sealants. These are literally just, it couldn't be easier. Spray it on after you wash while the car's still wet and rinse it off. So I never expect insane durability out of these, just because they're so easy to reapply. So right now, if we're thinking, oh look, that Mirch section, that's not looking as good as it was last time I washed the car, I'll just do a couple of spritzes of the product, rinse it, and it'll be back to how it was. So that's the benefit in these. Now, even for these ones that you did fail, like so this Bowdens, for example, you can see it's still hanging in there. It's just not getting the performance I expected. Although I did do a full series on this same test panel, sort of when I first started the channel, and I did all the Bowdens spray sealants versus each other, and the Wet Dreams, which is what this Bowdens Green Dreams is basically based off, it didn't look that great after a month either. So to be honest, I don't know if this is looking much worse than what it would, but at that 2-week point, it didn't quite look right. So I'm still gonna rule it off and say, if you should get better performance, I think, than what I did, but you never know. So yeah, you can see it's like a slow sheeting product now. So hopefully the light isn't making that too hard for you to see, but yeah, it's sheeting it off very slowly though. Same with the Carpro here. It's looking obviously better than the untouched painted sections, but yeah, not by a whole lot. So pretty much you wouldn't be happy with that performance. You'd be reapplying. And again, I'm not really judging these failing products at this point. I'm gonna blame myself. So let's just focus on the Mirch and the Platinum Potions now. So we are not quite able to completely flood the Mirch. It's still too hydrophobic for that. So that's, I'll be honest, that's very impressive for 1 month for one of these spray on rinse off sealants. It's still very hydrophobic. Coming over to the Platinum Potions now, and I'd say it's looking a little bit even more hydrophobic. So very impressive. This one I think was the most expensive, and it has 10% of SiO2 content in the bottle. So you expect it to be the best, and it is definitely living up to that expectation. Looking really good, to be honest. Like, yeah, that's good performance for a wipe in, wipe off sealant, not just a spray on and rinse off. And just while we're over here, we'll just rinse the Gyeon. You can see, comparing, easily able to flood that section. But again, this little top part here, it's kind of looking still good. It's like it performed well up here. It's, yeah, pretty hydrophobic up the top corner there. So, interesting. But I'm going to focus on it too much. So I'm going to flick the hose over to a, oh there we go, I already had it, mist function there. And I'm just going to spray over, get some nice beading happening. So I mean, yeah, clear difference between this Bowdens isn't looking like these other two do and how it should be. So, okay, let's start off with this, the Mirch. So yeah, beading up really nicely. Compare it to, like, say, the tape section, and then even to the Bowden section where it sort of failed on me. Even to the Carpro, which is even worse looking. It's looking very nice, very tight, nice beads. Still very round. Bring it over to the Platinum Potions. And I'd say it's looking even better. Very, very nice beading product, this one. So yeah, that is quite nice. Now, let's just hold that on there, and you can see just how quickly it repels that water. As you're holding the hose on, those beads are just instantly appearing, and it's not sticking at all. So if you compare, like, you know, to here, so a part that's obviously not working like it should, the water is all sticking around there, all flooding. And as you let go of the hose, that water's slowly going to sheet off. So here you can see it's not flooding at all. It's not even able to in the tiniest bit. Directly where the water is hitting, it is just instantly repelling. So that, you can't really get much better than that. I don't think the Mirch is going to be quite on that level, but let's find out. Yeah, look, I'd say the Mirch isn't quite as hydrophobic, but it is looking really good. Considering I think the Mirch was the cheapest product in this series. That's, gotta hate this hose pattern now. It's just sort of sprays in a star. But yeah, this Mirch is looking really good for the price. It's like, it's almost half the price of the Platinum Potions over here. And while yes, it's not looking quite as good, that is still very, very impressive. So again, I'm just going to be judging the two products that are working. I think you pick up either of these. I really can't get over how good this Platinum Potions look though, to be honest. That is just incredible for 1 month. 1 month of just sitting outside. Yes, the car's not getting driven, but 1 month, look how good that looks. Yeah, sorry I got distracted on that. So I'm judging these two. Either of these you buy, you're going to be very happy. I'll go ahead and say any of these 5, I think you'll be happy. But because we're just basing this performance on these two that are still working properly as they should, I'm going to say, yeah, if you pick up either of these two, you're going to be very happy. So you can see the bit of the water's hitting both sections there. But yeah, I'm going to say that Platinum Potions is definitely looking the best. It's absolutely smashing it. It's beating a lot of performance I've seen out of actual legit sealants, which are claiming, you know, 6 months. And like, I've had some sealants I've tested on this channel that claimed a year's performance, and I wouldn't even get, you know, a good 2 months out of them. This is looking better than a lot of those at 1 month. This is very, very impressive. As is the Mirch though. I'm not going to downplay it. That is extremely hydrophobic. It's not far off it, but this Platinum Potions though, incredible. Let's just try another spray pattern. Yeah, good example there. You can see the difference. It's a lot more water hits the panel. Platinum Potions is repelling it a bit quicker. So yeah, hopefully you can see that difference. Very nice from those two. I get the feeling that we're going to get another few videos, updates in this series at this stage from these two products, both looking really good. I don't see the Platinum Potions failing at any point yet. It's looking like it did when we first applied, so that's pretty good. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, I did, like I said, want to redo even just these 3 sections, but I thought it's not fair considering these had already been on by, at that point it would have been 3 weeks for the Mirch and the Platinum Potions, to then reapply the other 3. Plus I feel like possibly my bottle of Carpro Hydro 2 is a little bit old, and I just haven't had time to, well, I haven't been able to place an order yet at Waxit. I don't like just placing an order for one thing and paying shipping. I like to buy a bunch of things at a time when I need them, which is $150 to get free shipping. So yeah, I haven't needed to buy enough items yet to bother justify, I guess, placing orders for that one product. So I didn't want to go ahead and do that, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Either way, I'm just gonna go ahead and judge these two, keep it fair on the other 3, and just not mention their performance, because I don't think it is, like I said, I don't want to keep saying the same thing over and over again, but yeah, you guys know what I've been saying. So let me know what you think of these two products and of the way this test is going. If you want to keep seeing it, if you want me to just go, you know what, don't worry about it, 3 of the products aren't working, there's no point continuing on, or if you're just interested to see how these 2 products fare over the next while, then let me know. I mainly am doing these videos for myself to know how, I just like testing the products. I was doing this before I started the channel, but also for you guys who are watching it. I don't want to make it if no one really cares. So if no one's interested in seeing this continue on, let me know. But if you'd like to see how these two go head to head in this battle, then let me know in the comments. Also give the video a thumbs up if you can, that would be appreciated. Subscribe if not already for plenty more, not just videos like this, but also just general detailing type videos, reviews and stuff like that. There's plenty more to come on the channel. So yeah, with all that said, until next time, I'll catch you guys later.